All right, folks, hope you're having a good day and you're not being toxic in PvP because we just received an update from Yoshi-P about non-participation and taunting in PvP. That is right. Now, real quick, I just want to get into this non-participation. Now, for those of you who may not understand this right off the bat, this is basically you going AFK at the base or something like that and just not doing your part in the game. And I've seen this happen several times, and I'm good that this was pointed out. So real good on this. And then we have taunting, which we'll get into this now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Yoshi-P says. I would like to thank you for your interest in Crystalline Conflict. However, we are receiving an unprecedented number of reports concerning lethargic or taunting behavior during matches. Thus, I'd like to warn against such behaviors by reviewing the main types of prohibited behaviors. So let's take a look. Uncooperative lethargic behavior. All PvP content, including CC, is intended to be a battle contest of skill between players. Participants must bring their best to the fight, and for this reason, uncooperative or lethargic behavior is prohibited. Let's strive to do our best, even in situations where defeat is imminent, regardless of whether you're interested in the rewards. Of course, like that's pretty much common sense, and that's pretty much the ethics of PvP. And then we have the interesting part: taunting and abusive behavior. Taunting, abusive, or slanderous language on chat is prohibited not only in Crystalline Conflict, but in all PvP content. The following examples of target marker emote usage and other behaviors are also considered taunting behavior and fall under these activities. Now, one thing I want to say is that slanderous language on chat is prohibited not only in Crystalline Conflict, but in all PvP content. We can't really use chat in PvP. Now, of course, you can do that in Wolves Den, but you can't really do it in CC matches. You only have quick chat to rely on. And they don't have slander messages in the quick chat. Now, of course, you can argue, and we get into this later, but let's just read this real first. Repeatedly using the quick chat phrase, nice job, during a disadvantageous situation. Repeatedly using the quick chat phrase, good match, before the outcome of the match has even been decided. What? Now, two things real quick. Good job on this. I've seen this a lot. Everyone has seen this a lot. It was really annoying, spamming nice job and good match. Like those people who did that, just obnoxious. Like it really just distracts you from the game, focusing on what's important. And honestly, I've been in games where the crystal is literally like just a couple, steps to the victory zone, and we're about to lose. But even in that situation, we were able to turn the game around and get a victory. So I believe it is really important for people to stop being idiots and spamming these messages, and then instead focus on the game itself and try to win. At least give it your all, so that you can lose with honor. Like cliche, I know, but it's PvP, makes sense. But that said, excessively repeating a particular quick chat phrase. Now, this is pretty much vague. I hope they elaborate on this down on the later down the article. But this is not nice. Why? The way I'm reading this is that if we are playing the game, if we are working as a team or trying to work as a team, and someone spams like push the crystal 3 times in a row, right? Guess what? I would say that serves to like just get everybody's attention, because sometimes people just don't look at the chat in just one, when you use a message once, like they just don't. You have to use it multiple times. So that kind of stuff, I don't really agree with this in that situation. Hopefully they elaborate on this later down the road. Persistently placing a negative target marker on another player, regardless of whether they are an ally or opponent. Now, negative target marker, I'm assuming this is the red cross, the circle with a line in between, ignore marker. So, I mean, I haven't really seen this happening, but it definitely has a point. Like this has a point, and it serves a purpose. You're basically implying that this person is not doing their job, so ignore them, let them die, whatever, just that kind of stuff. Really not cool. Now, of course, they're not good either for doing what they are doing, but doing this thing with the marker is not really nice either. So this next part is really interesting, like using and repeating an emote on top of a down opponent and then setting off fireworks on top of a down opponent. Now, the reason why I find this so amusing is because I'm actually guilty of doing this a little bit, like not excessively, but there was this one time when I was fighting a machinist and he killed me twice with the limit break. And then towards the end of the match, I got a chance to 1v1 him and I got the kill with the limit break again. And it was just so hilarious. I couldn't help but, jump in front of him. And it was just so hilarious, man. Although it was like, in my opinion, that was more of a fun kind of contest and not a taunt, but I guess it can be taken as a taunt. So yeah, that was bad. You really shouldn't do it. But this is not taunting and abusive behavior, and I'll get into this why just in a bit. Setting up fireworks on top of a down opponent, is this even possible? You can use fireworks in the instance. I'm not sure. Like, never tried it. Don't know. Haven't seen anyone do it, so can't really say anything either. But do you even have enough time to be doing this stuff in Crystalline Conflict? Like, it's such a fast-paced game mode with like 5 minutes per match. Like, why would you even be doing this? And in the game, I actually jumped on the other machinist. Like, it was overtime, and the crystal was already on the victory zone. So like, it was just think of it like a snapshot during a mechanic. Like, I was jumping as a crystal just got into the victory zone and they won the match. So like, that was really hilarious, to be honest. And like, and then we have using tell or other methods to directly harass, criticize a player outside of the duty or after a match has ended. Haven't seen this, haven't heard about this, haven't seen any tweets on this topic, but this can happen. This definitely is a plausible point. It happens, and like back in the day, people used to send messages on Game Xbox, Game Live or whatever the service is, Xbox Live, and it happened on PSN as well. So this can definitely happen, and good stuff. It's now reportable. And then slandering other players through means outside of the game, such as social media. Now, those people who upload pictures of, their victory screen or whatever, the damage screen and all that with the names blurred out. Okay, but you really shouldn't be doing that just because someone is, dealing less damage and stuff like that. I've seen people do this and it's really not good. And that's one of the reasons why we not only don't have ACT, why ACT is bannable, because, harassment and all that stuff. And now we have this as well. So I don't even know why people do this. Yoshi-P has talked about this so many times, yet people continue to do this stupid crap. Like of course, this part is bad. Like, in my opinion, this emote thing is really hilarious. Like, it's kind of like when you are PvPing in Dark Souls and you defeat the opponent, invader or whatever, and then you point down at him. Come on, like, stop being a snowflake. This is not really an issue. You know what's the issue? You know what the issue is? This right here. This right here. That is the issue, guys. This is the issue. This is the problem. This needs to stop. This is toxicity. This can be abusive. That's right. However, this right here and this right here is not toxic. You can pretty much do this stuff in any other game that has, a player versus player setting. Fortnite, Dark Souls, other games that have PvP. Like, are people in this game that much of snowflakes? Like, this isn't really a problem. In no timeline am I able to see this right here as a problem. You know what the problem is? This right here and this right here. That is the problem. What's most important is how your actions affect the recipient and others around you, as well as your intent behind it. Okay, like, how are you even going to tell my intent behind jumping on an opponent I defeated? Like, how are you going to tell my intent? I'm not in voice chat. I'm not able to, use actual active chat in the game. So how are you going to, discern between my, intention and all of that stuff? The behaviors described in 1 and 2 above fall under prohibited activities. Reports received against specific players are handled in the following way. Logs will be investigated to confirm the validity, and then if the report action is confirmed, then the case is reviewed for a penalty. Okay. After the above steps taken, FF14 may place a temporary suspension of 3 to 20 days on the reported player's account, and repeated violations may lead to, permanently banned, getting your account perma-banned. Of course, there are conditions. If repeated violations are confirmed or the violations are deemed to be exceptionally heinous, of course, perma-bans, here they come. PvP matches are win or lose battles between players and thus can get very heated. This also applies to the gameplay itself. There may be times when, in the heat of the moment, you accidentally spam a quick chat phrase because you were pressing the wrong button or frantically trying to coordinate with the team. There may be cases when actions taken during the fervor of battle are reported for taunting or lethargic behavior. But this is what the careful log review process is for, to prevent false charges. Each case must be investigated thoroughly, which takes time. For this reason, we ask that before placing a report, you have calmly and fairly assessed whether the observed behavior truly falls under prohibited behaviors. Now, the careful log review process, I really hope it has some merit to it because, one of my friends went into GM jail because he was using a controller to type, right? And it takes time to type on the controller, and someone reported him for being AFK. And that is right, that happened. So just think about that for a little bit. So I really hope this has some merit to it. In any case, we'll continue to make adjustments to PvP job balancing to bring even more exciting, passionate PvP content to you. Like in my other video, I talked about these plugins, man, like Dragoon having a plugin for using Chaotic Spring under a certain HP threshold. What the hell, man? Like, you can't press the key when you're like on 80% HP? Come on. Might as well just develop a program for using Recuperate as well, or using Guard, or using Sprint. What the hell? Where'd the gameplay go? It's just stupid. Like, to think that people would put the entire player base at risk for something of this level, it just blows my mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it. TLDR, I do not agree with this emo and fireworks part of the taunting and abusive behavior. It's absolutely stupid. And this does fall into the taunting category, yes, but I don't agree with this. In PvP games, winning and losing is inevitable. It'll happen. And all you can do is work on your own gameplay and improve. So, TLDR, I do not agree with this. This is a really snowflake behavior. The other parts are really important and they had to be addressed. And just like this, they need to talk about cheaters as well and basically destroy their game or whatever and just ban them and just never let them come back again. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just want to give my 2 cents on the current situation with PvP. Thank you very much for watching and the support of my content, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you, friends.